Introduce yourself and tell us your journey in the baking industry.
I've been running my business for 1.5 year, uh, and I'm still, but like the last 10 years, 11 years, I've been a chef. So it came, I made cakes for like friends, and I found it pretty funny. And then after that, I wanted to create, like, I make a business out of it because I want to do all the right things, with food hygiene and all of that. And then it began. And 2 months after I opened my business, I went to a wedding open house because I knew quite fast that wedding was the thing I wanted to do because I made a lot of weddings as a chef. So then, yeah, there it began, and then it's just going.
What were the challenges you were facing in your early stage? How were you able to navigate yourself and still sustain yourself in business?
I think that the most challenging part was to put a price on myself uh, because it's hard to put a value on your own work. And as we all know, like the ingredients are quite costly. So only with that, it's expensive, but then you have to put a value on the work you actually put on the cake as well. So in the beginning, that was the hardest part for me.
How were you able to create that path for yourself that you say, okay, this is where I am good. I should stay focused on this.
Like I'm a person who feels a lot. I like to create feelings and to really connect with the couple and like tell their story through my cakes. Uh, so I feel like it felt quite natural for me uh, to do wedding cakes. And like this year was my first like real wedding season. So it's been a learning year for me to know where to put the bar until next year. I feel like it's more like online, in like baking groups, it's always like, hello, ladies. And I'm like, hello. No, but like from my customers, I don't feel like it's a different treatment at all, actually. I don't know how they would treat a female cake artist, but from my experience, it's quite. I think it's the same.
What's the importance of continuous learning for a brand?
I think that meanwhile we have our niche, like the the trends are always changing, so we need to keep up with them. Meanwhile, we need to keep them in our niche. Uh, at least for me, I want to stay true to myself and my cakes, uh, but I also have customers asking for for these trends, so I try to incorporate them together because we also need to stay like on top of the trends to continue in this, I think. I think that the difference is like an ordinary baker could just put like a white cake on the table. Meanwhile, a baker with creativity, at least for me, I want the cake to be a part of the wedding. I want the cake to be a part of the couple. And as mentioned before, I wanted to tell the story. Uh, and it's been many times this summer when I looked at the cake afterwards and I could see why that cake was for that couple. Like I could see the bride in the cake. And that feels like a huge success for me for that wedding because it was so right. So I think that that's a big difference.
In what way can creativity solve customers' challenges in the baking industry?
I think that sometimes customers want something outside of your niche, maybe, and then you can like solve it, but still be in your niche, and you can try to like explain it for them so they get along with your niche and you as a baker. Because for me, it's important that the couple who choose me for
Mm.
my art and not just because I make cakes. because there are plenty of people making cakes, and I want them to, yeah, choose me for me and to fully trust me in my art.
How can continuous learning help a baker to stay ahead of competition?
I don't feel like it's competition because us baker you can tell apart so much, and it's not as big as it is in the UK, for an example. Um, so I feel like the continuous learning is actually more for myself to improve and not to be ahead of the competition. After the wedding season, I felt kind of lost because then it was like cakes every week, and then it was
Everybody.
calmer and back to more admin. You know what I mean? So when I feel lost in the creativity, I try to create something for myself. And let's say I book a shoot with a friend who's a photograph, and I brainstorm things, new techniques for that specific shoot, just to do something else and to please myself instead. Uh, that sparks something for me at least.
Do you think creativity is more about talent or it can be learned and developed or over time?
I absolutely think you can learn it, but I also think that you need to have some sort of base, uh, because a creative mind never shuts down, I think. Like always thinking about what to do and how can I do this, and I want to create this. And I feel like if you're not a creative person, it's a tougher road to get there. I have two times that I've thought of when I got the questions, and the first one is when I made like Prop Options European launch. I made a cake for that, and that was the first time that I felt like this is this is me in a cake. That's where I found my niche. Like this is what I want to create. And the second time was when I made the forest cake. If you've seen that, I made a cake in the forest, in the Swedish forest, incorporate the elements from the forest onto the cake. And that's when I feel like it opened up more outside of Sweden for me. Like
Okay.
people saw my cakes not just here. Create what you like to create, and then you will find what speaks to you. Because when you find your niche, it also should be something that you love creating. There are many styles and niches that are very beautiful, but it doesn't just have to be beautiful. It also needs to speak to you because
Mm.
you're gonna be stuck with it for a while, and you need to like elevate it, and you are going to create it many times. So it should be fun for you to create in the way that you create. When you are true to your creations, the right clients will come to you. Uh, they will come to you because of your creations, like of you as a baker. And if they don't like what you create, they will go for another baker. So I don't feel like it's still no competition because if they don't want me as the baker, my creations, then it's not the right customer, and then they will go for somebody else. And if they don't trust in my creations, in my cakes, in me as a baker, it's not a good fit anyway. Like I want them to fully trust me.
Tell us about your ash moment when you felt that you really love your work. This question is for both.
I would say like every wedding, actually, because I don't take too many weddings every week, and I have like maximum two, sometimes three. So I try to be there when the couple first see their cake, sometimes when they're like most of the times when they're cut their cake. And it's worth so much to talk to them about their cake when it's finally done and to hear them talk about the cake.
Okay.
So I would say, yeah. So that's every weekend. I would say, yeah.
So you have the moment every weekend.
Yeah. Not right now, but during the summer.
Okay. What can you say about Becca CV show before you go?
Good energy, a good thing to like collect bakers on one platform and to let them have a voice.
Okay.
So it's really good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.